One of the most basic and fundamental principles that we have in Judaism is that of tzedakah, of charity. When it comes to tzedakah, regardless of where a person is on the religious spectrum, it seems that we all have in common the importance, the knowledge of the importance of this mitzvah. Everyone knows that giving money to a poor person, a person in need, is a mitzvah. And the source of that is found in our parsha. The context being that Hashem says, Im kesef talves ami, if you have money, then lend it to my people, es ha'ani imach, to the poor person with you. And make sure that when you lend it to them, make sure that you don't make them feel bad about it. Make sure that you don't charge them interest. Make sure that you don't give them a hard time. And if they have a difficult time paying it back to you, you have to be easy on them. And so, among the other times that it's written in the Torah, the foundation, the basis for the mitzvah of tzedakah is here in our parsha. Rav Aaron of Karlin explains that sometimes the mitzvah of tzedakah may be difficult for some people. But what we have to do in order to overcome the difficulty is we have to connect with the ani on a deeper level. We have to connect with the poor person. He says we have to establish a kesher of leiv, a connection of the heart between ourselves and the ani and the poor person. And maybe the way to do that is for us to think to ourselves what the ani, what the poor person must be going through, how their dignity has been brought to the point where they have to beg someone else for money, how we need to feel badly for them, how we need to connect with them and connect with their hearts, the suffering and the pain of the action that they are doing, and by doing such, it'll be easier for us to give. Granted that we live in a world where there are a handful of people who are not sincere in when they ask for tzedakah, and perhaps they're not really asking for tzedakah. But too often, that we focus on those few people and we end up missing out on the mitzvah of really helping someone that is in need. That sometimes when it comes to just giving a person $1 or $2 or $5 or even a couple of quarters, we start thinking and asking to ourselves, what are they going to do with it? Who really are they? When we all know that it's really not that much for us. And if our heart can connect with them, then maybe we can bring a smile to their face. Rav Avram Yitzchak HaKohen Cook, the first chief rabbi of Israel, was once walking in the street holding some of his svarim, some of his books. And lo and behold, a poor person came over to him and started begging him for some money. And Rav Cook connected with this individual and felt very badly for them that they were put in this situation, in this position where they had to beg for money. And he reached into his pockets to find money and realized that he had left his money at home. He didn't have money on him. But Rav Kook felt so badly for this individual, and he connected with this individual on such a deep level that he says to this person, look, I have svarim, I have books with me. These are my books that I've written. Take one of my books, take one of my svarim, and go and sell it. And then you'll take the money that you got from selling the book to help you. And let that be the tzedakah that I give you. Even in a situation where Rav Kook didn't have the money to give this ani, he was so invested in helping this poor person that he was creative in thinking of a way to be able to support him. May we be zochem, may we merit to fulfill the mitzvah of tzedakah on a regular basis, and that we are sitting on the side of being givers as opposed to being in a situation, Rahman al-Itzlan, that we would have to ask for money. Indeed, may we be zoche to fulfill this mitzvah in the very best way possible. Thank you for listening, and have a good Shabbos.